Welcome to the K-Pasta Podcast and Reviews.
I'm just frustrated. My heart is just aching, man. And, as a father, man, a praying man.
Bernard Robinson is begging for answers about how his daughter, Shanquella, died last month in Cabo.
I just want some truth, because this don't even add up right.
He says he and his wife were told Shanquella died of alcohol poisoning, but the autopsy says she died due to injuries to the spinal cord and neck. A video has now also surfaced showing someone attacking Shanquella.
Through the grace of God, I think I'm gonna get to the bottom of it, sir. God not gonna fail. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out.
Information out of Cabo authorities has been difficult to obtain, so I called phone numbers associated with all of her friends who went on the trip.
The subscriber you have dialed is not in service.
Most of the numbers are now disconnected, but two of them went straight to voicemail.
Sorry, mailbox is full.
I texted both of them and also paid them a visit since they have Charlotte addresses. No one answered at the first store, and the same with the second. And while no one was home when I rang the doorbell this afternoon, a neighbor did tell me this morning they spotted CMPD outside this person's home. I sent an email to CMPD asking why they were there. CMPD says they are not involved in the investigation since the case happened in Mexico. I also sent an email to the Records Division asking for a police report, and I was told it will take 24 hours for it to be available. As Channel 9 continues to seek answers, so does Shanquella's dad.
I'm not giving up.
Shanquella Robinson's parents say that she visited Cabo San Lucas last month with friends. And those friends claim that she suffered from alcohol poisoning before she died. But disturbing new information has emerged, causing her family to question what they were told. Salamandra Robinson is Shanquella's mother, and she's joining us now. And I got to tell you, I am appreciative that you are joining us now because I can only imagine the pain and the anger that you are feeling right now. And I know you want answers. We mentioned that you were initially told that your daughter had alcohol poisoning. So can you talk a little bit more about when you first found out that your daughter had been hurt, had died, what you were told, and what made you question what you were told?
Well, I received a call on Saturday saying that my daughter was sick and that she had alcohol poison, but her doctor had never arrived, so I don't know where they had got the alcohol poison from. So at that time, they said a doctor was on the way to examine her, and she wasn't responding as they told me. Said she was resting a little bit, but she wasn't all the way responding as normal. So I told them to keep me informed, and I wanted to know why they couldn't take her to the emergency room. They said because they needed $5,000 cash to be seen in the emergency room. And I said, well, she has insurance. And they said they didn't take insurance by being out the country. It was a little different. So at that time, I told them just keep me informed, and they did call back, but they still saying it was alcohol poisoning. So by later on that evening, they called and said that Shanquella had passed. And at that point, it just took my heart crumbled up, just knowing my child was gone, and I couldn't get there to her, could not do anything. And they said the medics came, 3 medics came, and no one couldn't do anything, couldn't save her. But I believe Shanquella was already passed, had already passed. But later on that next day, I got a call saying that they was over there fighting Shanquella, saying they don't know why they was putting on alcohol poison, say Shanquella, they was jumping on her.
Who called you?
And these were the friends that she was with.
So the friends that she was with said it's not alcohol. They initially said it was alcohol poisoning, and then they said, no, it's not. There was a fight.
There was a fight. This was a phone call that I received that it was a fight. So the video had to be out before they actually come back to Charlotte.
So there's a video for people that don't know, there's a video that surfaced on social media that's very disturbing. you've seen this video. I know. Did you get a call from the police at any point about what they found?
Oh, I never received a call from the police saying what they found.
Or an autopsy, anything like that?
Later on that week, that Thursday, we received the call. That was the autopsy saying that her death had nothing to do with alcohol. Say she had a cracked spinal and say her neck had been broken. So that automatic let me know that she were jumped.
So did you, at that point, have you spoken with the friends that were with her since then?
I spoke to the friends, like they had, when she actually passed, it was on a Saturday evening night when they called. But I talked to them. I think they'll ride back home maybe Sunday or Monday. And I talked to them like on Tuesday and Wednesday. I talked to them Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And they kept on saying there was never a fight. There was never a fight. So I didn't believe any stories. So after we received the autopsy on Thursday evening, and the autopsy told us what had actually happened to her. And so that took it to a whole nother level because, they're saying that it was alcohol, and alcohol was not the cause of her death.
Yeah.
They jumped on her over there. And if you see the video actually shows that she was not fighting nobody back. She didn't even have a chance. All of them sitting there looking. No one sat, tried to stop it. She had nobody over there to help her,
So this
and there was nothing she could do.
This is a video that's circulating on social media. Just to clarify, when you saw that video, did you think that was your daughter?
Yes, that was my daughter.
Okay. Did the friends talk about the video? Did they acknowledge the video in any way?
No, never. They never acknowledged the video.
As far as you know, obviously, because this has happened in Mexico, which complicates everything, the Department of State has issued a statement saying that they're aware of the reports. What do you know from the Mexican authorities and even the Department of State about where things stand then? You mentioned the autopsy report. What have you learned?
Well, I have learned now that they are looking at it as murder. And I was glad to hear that.
This, so often it is mothers that really sort of push and push and push. And I know this is hard. Your daughter, I want you to tell us more about her. She is obviously not just a headline in a story. Tell us about your daughter.
Well, Shanquella was sweet, very kind. She had a heart of gold. She loved everybody. She didn't mistreat nobody. Never, no one could possibly ever say anything bad about her because she was a good person.
Was she close friends with the people that she went on this trip with?
Well, all I know that she went to college with them. That one of the guys supposed to have been her best friend. And he had went on family trips with us. And he'd been to the family house. We all been on trips together, just good time. And I never thought that he could be that low to do my child like that.
Have you heard from him since all of this happened?
Yeah, he came to the house 4 days in a row until he found out we knew what the autopsy said.
And you haven't seen him since?
Haven't seen him since.
And Salamandra, have they given you any sense of a timeline? As far as I know, you said that they're investigating this now as a murder, but have they given you any sense of a timeline as to when you may hear more from them?
No, they just said they're still working on it.
Well, we want to acknowledge, we mentioned that you've seen the video. The reason we've chosen not to show it is it is disturbing. We can't verify the authenticity of it at this point. As you mentioned, you saw it, you believe that's your daughter. But we appreciate you sharing your story and what you believe happened. And as Amory said, it is moms who often do fight for their children that never give up.
We hope you get the answers that you're seeking.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you.
All right, there was a word from Shanquella Robinson's mother on her take of it and how the kids told her what was going on, and then she found out what's really happened. So
what you think?
For the mother.
Yeah, I feel bad for the mother, and it's a sad situation. But what really struck me about what the mother was saying is that her best friend, he was coming around every day, up until the point of when the video surfaced, and she found out about the video. Now he don't want to come around no more. He stopped. He not even calling no more. He went on trips with them. Disney World or wherever they went at, family trips. He go to their house all the time. He probably been in her bedroom while the family downstairs or whatever. They went to school together, Winston-Salem University. So the mother trusts him.
Yeah.
How do you think the mother is feeling about? No, I don't want you to imagine. I'm gonna ask, how would you feel in that situation as the parent? Or somebody
Man, I
that,
feel bad because it's like,
how would
I
you
would
feel
trust
if it was somebody you
with
know
that
or
person
fed?
being so close around us. That's the one I would trust to have the best interest in heart for my child.
But then listen to this part of it. It's a video going out around saying that he wasn't there yet. He don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So would that take him? So you got to put what the mother has said, just said in that video, and then you got to think to yourself that she already saw that video too. I'm pretty sure somebody done showed her the video of him explaining himself. So with that being said, excuse me, I'm thinking she think that's a bunch of bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know she saw the video he made saying, I wasn't there. I just came in like an hour later. I came the next day or whatever. So I'm pretty sure she saw that video and she's still saying what she's saying. Because never did she mention one time that he said that he wasn't there to the reporters right then in that video.
Yeah.
She didn't even bring that up. She went straight to, I can't believe you this type of person. You know what I mean? And she added the fact that he stopped coming around. I didn't know that he would this low down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she already saw the video of him explaining himself, just like we did. I don't know that to be sure, but I'm just thinking, like, that's your daughter. You're gonna listen to everything you hear about your daughter that pops up because you want this case solved. So with that being said, I think she kind of threw that video out the window. Like, she debunked that video.
What do you think about the video of him?
Of him?
Uh-huh.
I think the video that he made about he came a day late. No, I'm thinking that if we're gonna catch a plane or we're gonna catch a cruise ship, we going on
all land at the same time,
yeah.
At least.
Yeah. At
well,
least.
really, they all should
because,
be on the same plane.
According
all
to
of them came out of Charlotte, right?
Some videos, I'm getting 3 girls, a transgender, and 3 guys that went on the trip. That's including Shanquella. So that's 7 people, 3 girls with Shanquella included, a transgender. That's the one that was beaten on the on Shanquella, and 3 guys. But I'm also seeing some videos with just 2 guys instead of 3. Cause it's one beard. The guy with the beard, I saw him in one video that somebody put up, and then in the other videos I didn't see him anymore. So it may be 2 guys, a transgender, and 3 girls. Let's just say 6 or 7 people go on this trip from Charlotte, North Carolina to Cabo, Mexico. And I can't say for sure that he didn't land when they did or in the plane with them. But you would think
he said he got the tickets to show.
If
he ain't showing,
he said he had the receipts, but no one has seen the receipts.
Yeah.
So we still waiting on the receipts, and I don't have his name down. The guy, I had it somewhere, but I didn't write it down. But I don't want to focus on names because some people alleged to be there. For the most part, I just saw the one person that's supposed to be the transgender. and Shanquella and the guy that did the apology. And I'm assuming he was supposed to be the best friend that said he came late. He didn't see the fight. He thought it was alcohol poisoning. How do you feel
So
about
far, he the only one we heard from.
Yeah, so I don't want to use other people's names because I'm not sure they were there. Everybody in the news putting that this person was there, this person was there, but I don't really know that they were there because I haven't seen multiple videos with them in it. I'm pretty sure some
In
people
that video,
have seen.
You can't really tell, but you can hear that the guy voice.
You can hear one of the guys'
voice,
but I can't for sure put a face and a name with the voice. Okay, so how do you feel about what the mother said in the video that we just watched about them coming to the house and telling her it was alcohol poisoning? Like all of them collaborated and came up with a story to say we're gonna go tell her mother this. So none of them. In other words, here's my question. Do you think it's premeditated or do you think it's something that just happened on the trip? Because if it was one sane person with morals there, to me, I'm looking at it like if it was one sane person with morals there, why wouldn't that one sane person say from the jump that she was murdered? Or not murdered, but she got into a fight and she died, which would have been maybe a case of manslaughter.
Yeah.
Okay, why wouldn't, if it wasn't premeditated or a plan?
Do you think the nurse actually told them it was alcohol poison?
No, because I think maybe the nurse was going off of what
they told her.
Like they could have been saying, well, she just drunk a fifth of alcohol right before y'all got here. They might have took some alcohol and put around her lips or something and make her smell
the nurse
like
could
that.
look and be like, oh, hell no.
I mean, maybe she just wanted to get out of there alive. And that's another thing. They keep saying a nurse. Why don't they say the paramedics?
Yeah.
They took as if it was
one person just came.
Yeah. So you talking about somebody from
Mexico work?
Me either. But if a person need to be picked up and carried somewhere or took to the hospital, you got one nurse. Was she driving the ambulance too? That's another thing I would like clarification.
I would like to talk to the nurse.
I would like clarification. Is this nurse, somebody that's in the hospital? Does Cabo Resort have a nurse? Or are these the Mexico paramedics? That's a good question because everybody keeps saying the nurse, but I don't know how many times a nurse actually comes and pick you up to take you to the hospital. I thought it was paramedics. Or paramedics nurses?
EMT, somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't think the nurse come to get you from your house to take you to the hospital. I don't know too much about that. But where we from, I don't know if nurses come on the ambulance. I thought they were EMTs or paramedics. But they might be calling paramedics nurse. So I'm not sure about that. But
look it up.
My question to you was, do you think that the people made it up before they went? Because do you think they set her up to get over there and to get into a fight? Not necessarily murder. I wouldn't say necessarily murder because I ain't
gonna waste my trip money. Go down there, let's murder this person randomly.
Look how complicated it is though to get away with murder. Like it's mad complicated. Like if you gonna plan something out, why not plan it out in another country where the two it's two different jurisdictions?
I don't.
So it's very hard to.
Just me personally, I don't think it was planned out. I believe they got into an altercation.
In my opinion,
because if you're gonna plan a murder out, you're gonna record a murder that you're planning out.
That's what I was about to say. You ain't let me get it out. I think some of the people, not all of the people, had it planned, and some of them didn't know about it. That's what I think. But I think after it was over, then they said, okay, we're going to tell this same story. Now, even the people that didn't know about it or didn't plan it out, they still are guilty as far as accessory after the fact, because they told a lie. Even if you didn't know, just say me and you, we're gonna get somebody over there and kill them. Just you and I know that. We're not gonna tell everybody, because they could tell it right now, and we could go to prison right now just for planning it. You don't have to go to prison for actually doing it. You can go to prison for planning a murder. So just say if 6 people, we tell everybody. Somebody go to the police and, hey, these 2 people planning a murder. Now you know what I'm saying? We could have kept that between ourselves. So we with 4 more people, just me and you know, hey, we get this person over here, we're going to kill them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, good idea. Let's plan a trip. That's how I think it went down. But I would like to say this first, because you and I were discussing this before we got to the part of we were trying to figure out why. Yeah. Why did the fight happen in the first place? And we
came to the conclusion.
We came to a conclusion, but before we came to the conclusion, we also talked about transgender, maybe some funny people.
Yeah.
And
especially by the voice of one of them.
Yeah, by the voice, going by the voice. That's type of, no shade. But we were saying maybe with the girl being raped after the video came out, or got
with
the
video
not
of her
raped,
being with the video of her being naked.
Yeah,
made us think
raped,
it was some
naked.
type of rape or sexual activity.
Yeah, some sort of, maybe allegedly, or maybe, because we don't know. Just like everybody else don't know, only the people that were there really know what happened. But you and I were discussing maybe that some type of battery, sexual assault, or maybe even rape could have happened, being that she was naked, and being that they didn't want her to tell it.
Yeah, that's how the fight broke out.
Yeah,
because she would have been like,
maybe she was molested. Yeah. Like I would like to think that maybe when the autopsy came back, they would have checked for that. Yeah, they would have done a rape kit too. So that might be debunked by, hey, they could have they did the part about her neck and her back. They would have said she was sexually assaulted too. So maybe it didn't get as far as intercourse. Maybe it just got to the point of asking, trying to force, and she was like, no. You never know what's going on out here in the world. There's a lot of freaky stuff going on.
Oh, not much deep in that autopsy they didn't.
Yeah, you can't cut it.
They probably
said
she dead. They probably like
broken neck.
Look at,
and that's it.
Yeah,
like,
we see this obvious.
Yeah, because you are in Mexico. But I think that, to wrap this story up a little bit faster, I think that now I'm gonna ask your opinion when it comes to, what do you think? Where do we go from here? Where do the government, the United States government, I'm talking about the FBI, where do that go? Where do North Carolina, the police department, go? Because I saw something in the headlines. Somebody asked a question like, could the United States get involved or whatever? And somebody said only if Mexico asks for their help. So where do you think is going to go from here, now that you see CBS News, NBC News?
Probably going to have to force the issue.
You think so? Mexico. So do you think it'll be like nothing, no problem with United States forcing the issue?
I don't think it would be.
So you think they on it? Like right now today, they on it. They somebody talking to Mexico, trying to figure out like
a way to
what you gonna do?
Yeah.
What y'all waiting on, Mexico? because Mexico released a statement today, and they said that it was murder. First, they were saying it was no what they call it, no foul play, but now they come right back. So it makes sense. Excuse me, what you're saying when you say that it depends on how much they did the autopsy. Because if you're gonna say no foul play and she got a busted lip and a black eye and a knot on her head, you're gonna say all these things, and then you're gonna say no foul play suspected. But then you're gonna come back later and say a homicide. So are you just saying what people are saying? Or are you really checking these things? Okay, she did have a broken neck. So now we're going to say, or did Mexico see the video and then they say, oh, homicide? They didn't even do the autopsy good. They just said, oh, she must have broke her neck. Or they guessing. Oh, I see the video. I think she broke her neck right there when she turned her like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to just write down broken neck and call it a homicide just because they watched the video like everybody else. So
I want to see more of the video.
It's a terrible situation. This week we got a terrible situation because it's still new information coming out as we speak. I heard it's a second video. And
y'all gonna say because you can see the other phones up.
Yeah, it's more people. So I think what North Carolina gonna have to do, and I urge North Carolina to do this, you're gonna have to issue some type of like send a kite out to Mexico, like we really want this. Or North Carolina get up with the FBI and push the issue. North Carolina has to push the issue to the FBI, and the FBI, the government, push the issue to Mexico. I guess it's a chain of command, but we really need that to happen. So,
let's get justice.
Shanquella Robinson. Yeah, justice for Shanquella Robinson.
A young guy has lost his life in a situation that he really wasn't involved in. It's kind of crazy to accept it.
For fans of hip-hop, this nightmare is stuck on a broken record.
I heard gunshots and people screaming.
Takeoff. A beloved entertainer shot dead early Tuesday morning after a party in Houston.
There was a large group of people who gathered at the front door area just outside of the building. And it led to an argument where the shooting took place from the disagreement.
During the chaos, gunfire broke out.
A lot of the people that were there fled the scene and did not stick around to give a statement.
Rumors swirled, the 28-year-old rapper was dead. Seen here performing just days ago in New Orleans, he was a member of the rap trio Migos, whose 2013 breakout single Versace
I love it, Versace, the top on my Audi.
catapulted them to the national stage.
Multiple Houston promoters are claiming that they allegedly saw Takeoff get shot and killed.
As the news broke, stunned Breakfast Club radio hosts reporting early details.
28 years old. The brother didn't even get to see 30.
Hours later, Houston Police Chief Troy Finner confirming the tragic news.
Once officers arrived, they came upon a male who was deceased. That male has been identified as Kersnick Ball, better known as Takeoff.
This was somebody's family member. This was somebody's cousin. I actually just met him. I have a picture. This is the picture. Y'all can get that. Real nice guy.
Mark my word and mark it. This great city, with our great citizens, with our police department, we will find who's responsible for it.
In a sad twist, Takeoff's new music video, Messy, a collab with Quavo, was released just hours before the deadly shooting.
Don't let that bro be in, cause she too messy.
His own words now seem haunting. This Revolt interview posting just days ago.
I mean, time to give me my flowers, you know what I mean? I don't want them later on when I ain't here.
On social media, an outpouring of grief from celebrities like Migos collaborator Gucci Mane, singer Kelly Rowland, and actor Marlon Wayans, writing, "There is no jewelry, no cash, no argument or disagreement worth a life. My heart is broken for this man's family." In the last several years, a shocking number of popular rap artists have been killed by gun violence.
Just the past few years, you go from XXX, Nipsey Hussle, King Von, Pop Smoke,
Young Dolph, Trouble, P&B Rock, Takeoff. Like, it makes me shake.
I'm watching you shake.
You know, because
yeah.
it's like, we shouldn't be used to this.
And when you hear one of these tragedies happening again, and I'm sure another will happen by the time that we talk next, what goes through your head? I mean, are rappers going extinct?
The rap music industry is like an endangered species right now. People are going to assume that it was gang violence or whatever, and it might be something else.
Right.
It might have been just a dispute and not that, or it might be in a personal beef. But there's some other things that are going to come out very shortly, and I think in the next day or two, that people are going to be surprised to find out.
This something that been out for a long time. Like, you know, it happened like a month ago, like 3 weeks ago. But we didn't give our input on this. But I'm pretty sure everybody saw the shooting. Everybody did like recaps of the shooting when it actually happened. The guy in the yellow hoodie and all that. I ain't really want to do a breakdown video of who I thought
pulled the gun.
Yeah, pulled the trigger and killed him, took his life.
Well, they showed both sides pulling the gun, but you can't really tell who took the first shot.
Yeah, you can't say who bullet hit who.
Yeah.
Bullets move so fast you can't see 'em.
Yeah.
So,
but one thing I can say is if you invite me to an area and I roll with you, you need to have me protected. Like if I tell somebody, yo,
you trying to talk about the bring up the checking in part?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
So how you feel about the checking in part?
Jay Prince Jr. the one that got him down there.
Let's just ask this. Let's start from the beginning. Okay, we're gonna take it slow. We ain't gonna stay on this topic too long because everybody done heard about Takeoff, so we ain't gonna stay on the Takeoff too long. Okay, they had his funeral like a couple days ago. Okay, we talking about checking in. How do you feel about checking in? Just the topic of checking in, not necessarily saying checking in Houston or Dallas. We talking about in California and Virginia. We talking about people from out of state going to New Orleans.
Yeah, but that really wasn't no check-in because they was invited down there by him, by Jay Prince Jr.
To a
check-in if you just about to come, then you want to
do a show,
holler at one of the top people down there, be like, yo, I'm about to be down there. That's a difference. But they
checking in supposed to be, I thought, for protection. Like we're gonna take you to the best restaurants. We're gonna make sure while you there don't nobody bother you.
Yeah, that's when you gonna show up to a place. That's when you check in.
So like you saying this wasn't a check-in?
They were invited there, so they already posed.
So you saying
they
that
already
don't
were
count?
checked in.
So you saying that don't count as a check-in since I'm inviting you to my birthday party?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's already basically a check-in. Now, if I'm coming to your town and I call you,
in other words,
that's a check-in.
When everybody's saying that it's on Jay Prince Jr., it's not really on him because they didn't check in with him. They were there just for my birthday party. So that's what you saying.
No, they were there for Jay Prince.
But you saying since
Jay Prince knew they were coming, he was the one taking them around everywhere.
Everybody is debunking or has a problem with the fact that they checked in with Jay Prince. Not what you saying. You saying something totally different, and I'm with you on that. But everybody's saying it's your fault because they checked in with you. You were supposed to make sure they good. You saying they didn't check in, so it's not my responsibility.
It's already a check-in.
So it's not my responsibility.
Look,
since we're not calling this a check-in.
If I come to your area,
right,
and I'm like, well, I know you in this area, so I'm gonna check in with you. I'm gonna call you. Y'all coming to this area, make sure I'm good. You like, yeah, I'm good. That's a check-in. But this is different. I tell you to come down like, yo, I got a party or stuff going on. Come down, come mess with me. That's already a check-in. Like, everybody know you coming. Okay, now you get there, my entourage shouldn't be getting into it with your entourage because we're there as a group. Like, I should go ahead and debut it. Like, nah, man, chill with all that stuff. None of this fussing, none of this put your gun up, all that stuff. That's how it's supposed to go.
So you think he doesn't have as much control as he think he does? Because if he did, people wouldn't be jumping out of line. They won't be
that's
going
the way it's
offside.
looked.
So you saying is that they going offside? Flag on the play, offside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Cause
So
think
you
about
really
it.
can't control what other people do.
Jay Prince got 3 sons. Jay Prince Jr. is the only hothead out of the group.
You can't say that. You can't
The
say
re-
that. You can say the one. You got to add the one that we know, because people
you
know
got,
more about him. Because you can't
what's
say
the other
what
one? Jay?
you
Jazz?
can't say what a lot of
Jazz.
people. One named Jazz, one named Jay. Them the only 2 I know.
But
I know he got a brother.
Jay Prince
that be with
already.
him.
Jay Prince got
Named Mike
money.
or something.
Jay Prince got money, so they already born
wealthy.
Yeah, wealthy. 2 of them decided to do smart routes, go be entrepreneurs and stuff. You got Junior. Just cause his dad Jay Prince, he wanted to prove that he ain't no sucker all the time. He the one that want to do all the stuff, breaking in houses. For what? You a millionaire, you breaking in houses for little petty stuff. Just to prove
I don't know
to the
about
hood
that story. I don't
well,
know. So what he broke
yeah.
into? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay, but this is what I want to say
He
about
started
it.
his own gang.
This
It's like
what I
a
want
gang.
to
I
say.
can't remember what the gang called.
This is what I want to say about that when people
In the
say
comments,
stuff
let
like
me
that.
know what that gang is called at Jay Prince.
When people
Shout
say
out. Jay
stuff
Prince
like
Jr.
that, they always say because your daddy with this, or then you
And
want to follow in your
trying to live
footsteps.
up to the name.
But how you know that though? Because sometimes it's genetics.
Just
A lot of time it's genetics.
Genetics just make you go do crazy stuff.
Yeah, sometimes. Like, I mean, for real, like, sometimes it's like your father was an alcoholic. He like, not saying he was an alcoholic, but he liked alcohol. You like alcohol. Your father was a chase women all the time. You chase women all the time. It's just like, you know, a lot of people like if your father was mean, maybe you just naturally mean. Like, maybe it's in you. You're not that person though. And you're trying to do things your father did it's a different day and time, a different age, with new technology, with cameras all around, with cars that drive by themselves. Your father wasn't in that era, so y'all doing things the same, but y'all in different times. Your father ain't had to worry about everybody recording everything he did. Maybe he'll be in prison, or you probably wouldn't even be alive. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he should know. That's one of the reasons why he should know better. But
actually, Junior might be smarter than Senior, but he just living in a new day. Like, it's harder to do it now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody watching your every move. Everybody got a gun. Back in the days, only certain people had weapons. Now everybody has a weapon, even the women. When Senior was growing up, all women, like regular citizens, didn't walk around with a gun. So we living in a different time, so you can't say who is the best one. But from how we look at it like, you rich. Why you don't do what rich people do, rich kids do? So that's why we call them slow, for that one particular reason. That's going to trump everything. Your family rich, go sit down. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in the streets. If you're going to be a producer, a record, a manager, whatever, just do that.
Yeah.
Why you rolling dice and all this type of stuff when you born rich? You want to go from rich to in the alley rolling dice. Like, I guess it's a natural thing, because maybe it's DNA for you to just go mess around in the streets. Maybe it's calling you. You can't get away from it because that's who you are, really. But from the people that's poor or underclass, we thinking like, you know, why you don't just go sit down? You rich. Why you in the street? Why you rolling dice? Why you hanging with people that carry guns and they shooting reckless? That's what we thinking. Therefore, we call them slow.
yeah, but still, you gotta know how to control your entourage.
Yeah,
Even if you're gonna
but
do that,
how can you control somebody in today's time, though? I mean, if somebody got a gun and they want to shoot it, who can stop them? I mean, you can think you can stop them, but really you can't. You just thinking. That's what people fail to realize.
That's why I keep my ass in the house.
And that's what I feel like Quavo and
All that
Offset fail to realize is this person can stop me from somebody shooting me. This person right here can stop somebody from shooting me. Even my friend that has a gun, or my two friends, both of them have guns, they can stop somebody from shooting me. That's why they go to places like this, alleyways and bowling alleys, and play dice and cards and get high and drunk around. You take a real high person, you don't know what they smoking. They putting in their blunt. You don't know what they drinking on, if it's lean or regular alcohol, and they got a gun. And you depending on this person over here that invited me to stop this person that's drinking lean and smoking fentanyl and all that type of stuff.
He probably already know that person, everything he about.
Maybe he thought he did. Like maybe he thought he did, but when shit happens, it just do. Like, you know what I'm saying? But for him, the reason why we calling Junior slow is because you don't gotta be out here. Then we turning around and calling the Migos slow because they ain't had to go. Like, all y'all rich. I'm pretty sure y'all want to have fun, but can't you pick some different type of fun, like going to Paris for the weekend?
And leave the crazy one home.
So everywhere somebody invites you, you have to go. How fun is it playing dice at a bowling alley? How fun is that? Like you.
And you know what's the bad thing about it? What if Jay Prince would have invited them and they wouldn't have went? Would have said no. Now he beefing with them.
I mean, not necessarily, because they could have used 1,000 excuses. We got a show.
He the reckless one.
We got a show. We got something to do. I got a interview tomorrow. They could have said they the Migos. Oh, come to my birthday party, man. Something came up. I'm pretty sure he know you a businessman. Something probably came up. You got to get to the money. You ain't got to tell him what it is. Just tell him, hey, I got to go get to the money.
Yeah.
So that's on you to go.
But I send you a bottle.
But I'm going to take this, right? I took this part of the whole takeoff situation. This the main thing I took. The worst part that hurt me the most by the situation is Quavo being his uncle. I hate to see him feel like
it's his fault.
It's your sister's son. Like, this is your sister, little boy. Y'all came up together, but I'm pretty sure he feel like it's his responsibility to make sure his nephew make it back safe every day, every time they go somewhere. And then being that he was arguing in the video, saying like, he gonna hurt somebody, let's leave before I hurt somebody. And that was like the key word. The person that you thought you could control, but found out you couldn't. Or it could have been somebody from the other side. But just, we know nothing didn't happen until he said that. They were arguing about whatever. Nobody will know. We heard something about basketball. But we do know for a fact nothing happened when it come to guns or punching before he said, man, let's go before I hurt somebody. So that kind of made me think it was not his fault, because people can still chill after that. It's the person that shot the gun fault, and his fault, or whoever pulled out a gun, is their fault, because they brought the guns into the equation, and without the guns being in the equation, he never would have got shot. So it's really their decision to shoot. But what triggered them to get to that point to want to shoot, I felt like when he said, let's leave before I hurt somebody. Because most people, us people, we gonna say in our minds, hurt who? Like, who we talking about hurting? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a trigger, words trigger things. You know what I'm saying? Some people it's the B word, some people it's the P word, or some people it's just like talking about your mama, like what you say about my mama. And some people it's like, man, let's leave for where I hurt somebody here. You know what I'm saying? And the other person gonna be like, hurt who? Even if they say it or swing on you right then, like they gonna react. So being that it's his nephew and he was there, like, you know what I'm saying, when his nephew was on the ground and blood coming out his head, I can't help but think that if it was me, I'm going to put myself in the situation because I don't know this man. But if it was me, I would feel like I'm partly responsible. Partly because I'm not the one that shot him. And that person need to take full accountability. But in my mind, I would think like if I never would have said that, would any of this had happened? So I mean, I don't want to dwell on the takeoff situation too long, but this has been episode what we on 19 or 20 of the K Pasa podcast and reviews. Thank y'all to the subscribers. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The more likes we get, then we'll go up the algorithm, and we're gonna start bringing y'all more content. We're gonna put the videos behind us. We're gonna get new equipment. We're gonna get some outfits. We're gonna get some call-ins. We're gonna get new headphones. We're gonna get new microphones, new equipment. Nah, I'm just playing. But thank you for tuning in to the K Pasa podcast. I'm your host, Kate, the ringleader, and this is
the all-time assist leader, Action Pack.
See you next week.
All right.